Hello everybody. Today I'm going to teach you how to eliminate clouds from a Landsat scene by using the tile method. So in this method, we are using information that is stored in the Landsat metadata about how much cloud cover there is in that particular tile or scene. So I've already written up part of a script here. In this script, we have a geometry that is over Anchorage, Alaska, and then I've imported a Landsat 8 collection. This is the level 2 collection 2 tier 1 dataset, which is generally the collection that I recommend you use when using Landsat data. All right, so in this code, I have defined Landsat 8 over Anchorage, and in the year of 2013, I've done that by filtering by the geometry that I created and filtering by the date. I chose a date that was August 1st to September 30th. And then I have added that image collection to the map add layer function. I had to first take that image collection and turn it into a single image. I did that by using .median, and then I clipped it again to the geometry. I specified the bands because I want a true color image. I set the min and max kind of based off of what I know to be the general min and max for Landsat 8 collection 2 tier 1. And then I've named this Landsat 8 first try. So when you run this, you can see that it is quite cloudy. You can't really see what's going on underneath. So in order to filter the clouds out, we are going to, as I said, use some information in the metadata for Landsat 8. So let me click on this data set. And if I go to image properties, you can see that there's an image property called cloud cover that represents the percentage of cloud cover between 0 and 100. Now, Landsat organizes its data by tiles. So every single tile of Landsat imagery will have this property cloud cover, and then it'll have calculated how much cloud cover there is in that tile. So some tiles may have 100% cloud cover, some may have 20, and all of that information is baked into each tile image. So what I'm going to do is I am going to filter this image collection by that cloud cover property. I'm going to name this variable L8 Anchorage 2013 no clouds. And then I'm going to take, as I said, this image collection, copy paste it here, and I'm going to filter it using this filter less than or equal to function. Within here, I need two arguments. The first is the name of the property that we're going to be using. So that is called cloud cover in this instance. Be careful because when you use Sentinel or MODIS or other satellites, they will have different property names by which they categorize the cloud cover. And then I'm going to put a number, and that number is the percentage cloud cover that I want my image to have lesser than or equal values to. So for example, if I put 50, that means that all of my images, oops, and I need to move this parentheses. If I put 50, that means all of the resulting images will have less than 50% cloud cover. If I put 10, that means all of the resulting images will have less than 10% cloud cover. We can start off with 10. This may be too low of a threshold, and so we can see if there are images that have less than 10% cloud cover. In this area, it's pretty cloudy, and so it may be that there are no tiles within this time period and location that have less than 10% cloud cover. But let's add this to the map. I'm going to copy paste this map add layer function from earlier, and then I will carefully edit it to include my new image collection. So I still want it to clip by the geometry, and I still want these to be the bands. I'm going to rename this L8 no clouds. So let's run this and see what happens. So first it runs my cloudy image, and now it's taking a little bit of time to create my not cloudy image. So when you first see this, you might think, that's weird, it only worked on half of the scene. What this means is that this location is composed of multiple tiles. And so if we turn off our first image, you can see that Google Earth Engine found a tile here that had less than 10% cloud cover, but it couldn't find a tile here that had less than 10% cloud cover. And so we actually did not get any imagery for this tile here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my cloud cover threshold to 30, and I'm going to rerun that. All right, so now we can see that we have more of our geometry covered with this cloud-free imagery. There's actually still a little section in the corner where Google Earth Engine couldn't find imagery for that location. In order to solve that, maybe you would want to, again, increase your cloud cover threshold. Maybe you want to increase the time period, or maybe you think that corner is not important. I have what I have here. I'm going to decide that I have enough of the geometry covered. So I'm going to be happy with that. We can zoom in and see that there are pretty much no clouds here. This white that we see here is actually snow. All right, well, I hope that helps.